Hey guys, Japple here. I made something that I think is really cool. This is a timed missile. It has a payload of 106 blocks of TNT. It has a 16 game tick 1.25 blocks per second engine, which was designed by Pingu. Pingu is very cool. Please subscribe to him. And this, in this current configuration, has a range of 264 blocks before it will explode. It uses this really neat fuse here, so that every time that this observer makes its way around its feed tape, this piston will extend and shorten the fuse by 1 block. So every block you have on the fuse is 24 blocks of range, excluding this observer here. So, let me explain this thing a little bit. I'm using my 1 wide feed tape here, as it is tileable and it is small and it's quite fast, which is what's allowing me right now to make this 16 game tick engine work. So this is the fastest that something like this could be for its size. So, yeah. Come over here, you see this moving? So, another neat thing right here is somehow I've managed to incorporate the active technology into this. When I made the engine faster than it was before, which I opted for this design because a 2-stroke Caterpillar engine, which is what I wanted for the size. It would fit perfectly in a 3x4 area. That was, I think, 1 game tick too fast for this feed tape here. So, but a 3-stroke Caterpillar engine was really, it's too slow for it. Plus, it ends up coming out of it. So, we made that. Pingu made the faster engine. Once again, thank you very much for that, Pingu. I greatly appreciate it. But that meant that whenever these pistons extended, because of this observer moving around, it was just barely too slow, probably like a game tick too slow for the engine. So this observer is updating this piston here, gives it just enough leniency for that, which is very nice. So I think, no, that's not all the explaining I have to do. It's also completely customizable, so this fuse can be however long or short you want it. In this design, your fuse could be as long as render distance, really. If you have an observer and then a piston coming out. So, also the feed tape, the size of this missile itself is completely customizable, as on the bottom here you've got this area. You could shorten that. I think the minimum size of this thing is 6 or 7 blocks. So, okay, we're about to end here. So, I'll explain this all in a little. I'll explain the infinite range in a little more depth once I show this. So, this is about to blow up, and we have ignition. Let me get a nice shot of this explosion, which is massive. Yeah. Something like that hits you, you're not going to survive. Now, if you were to send out another missile from the same spot, you do have to be wary of this, of the debris going over the top, but get another one in here. But you could start with the observer in a different spot, so it would place it in a different block, or just remove it. Though for the most part, you hit someone with this, they're gonna blow up. So, place this, create our fuse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, just have to update this observer here to start the missile. So, when I say that this has infinite range, I mean that you could go with a piston, grab these, and have something like this come out. Oh, poop. me try that again without, blowing everything up here. Well, you can see I've already done that before, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Well, I don't have to go the maximum range. I want you guys to actually see this thing in action. So something like this would work. So if I go replace this observer here, yeah. That was just me before being an idiot, sorry about that. But yeah, this does work. Now if I were to accelerate the tick rate a bit so that you can see, say 3 times speed. So block comes up, makes its way around. That's ghost block, so don't worry about that. So, an interesting about this setup here with the pistons and observers in the fuse itself is for some reason it'll end up pushing both up at once. What? Oh, right, yeah. That's something I forgot to add in this version of it. Oh, that's fast. I can't have 2 TNT attached to that attached to what shortens the fuse, as there's not enough block, not enough push limit leniency there. Get this fuse. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and of course, observer at the end. So, an interesting thing that I have noticed with this is that once it reaches the observer and the piston in the fuse, it actually pushes both of them up at once. So, no matter if you have the single observer to trigger it at the end, or if you have these two. Yeah, so it pushes them both up at once, which is neat. It's still, every segment is a max of 11 blocks, or, yeah, like 268 blocks of range. So that's quite neat. I don't remember exactly how many blocks they put on here, but ghost box again, don't worry about that. But yeah, see, there goes that. So that's neat. That it stops the issue of the previous 288 block range of this thing, which is great, but I mean, for the most part, you're not going to be using a missile. You're not going to be using a missile for normal use. There we go. Wow. Turn it back to normal. But so something like this is definitely the absolute purpose of this is for the SBRT. You've got stuff like your active walls and your piston lock walls. You've got this big front defensive barrier, right? So no missile is going to blow that up. No missile is going to go through it unless you have Zoom Strike Sword, which is an awesome 2-way tunnel bore. I have to build that, try to experiment with it, but so nothing's getting through the front realistically. And that only leaves the sides and the back, maybe the top. The bottom is going to be, usually, or probably flush to the ground, probably with some like TNT minecart, some rails on the bottom. But the sides and the back are still up for grabs, so that's where this comes in. It's easy to make front armor. It is somewhat, it's like medium difficulty to make side armor. That's got a good example of it over here. Oh yeah, this is the previous version of this. So I just have this set up originally with this, and you see triple 3 strokes. I'm forgetting the word for this. 3-stroke Caterpillar engine. There we go. It sticks out and it's slow. So where is it? There it is. So I mean, if you had this, but like one wide on the side of the side of your bot, I'll just turn it on here. Yeah. So this goes. The observer goes in, updates this piston, or it powers the piston, pushes this forward. That updates the sticky piston, pulls it up. So you have something like this on the side. I mean, you could do that, have it powered from the back, or hell, I mean, yeah, you can even do it as front armor. Not absolutely nothing is getting through this. You know, Zoom in his sword would pee himself if he saw this on the front of something, but you can't stick weapons on this really. So but yeah, you could have that as side armor. So that really is just leaving the back now. You're gonna have this big netherite cube with an exposed back. So if you were somehow able to move a thing that also pushes it out a couple blocks to the side, you know the size of the arena, you could just add the right length fuse, send it off, blows up behind them. That'll screw them up. Their engine is back there. Boom, there goes their engine. Or there goes their some of their key wiring. Maybe even what controls their sidewall. So now that's open to cannons, maybe. But I think that this is really cool. So yeah, and it's crazy accurate. I've flown this 3,600 blocks out because of that long fuse, and it blew up exactly over the block. So it's crazy accurate. It's one hell of a boom, and it is very fast for what it is. I'd call this the successor to Cube Hamsters, though that long fuse can be annoying. It's something you'd have to manually place, but I don't know. I think it's neat. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. So, if you did, please like, please subscribe. That helps me out a lot. I'm sure you've heard that a million times, so I'm not gonna keep going on about that, but definitely subscribe to Pingu because he is very cool. He's very talented. I'm gonna have to force him to make a video of his moving sand wall. Or moving sand door. I mean, it's absolutely nuts and brilliant. So, yeah. Bye.